Rob, obviously one of the biggest, most exciting things for those of us in geek culture and pop culture the last couple years has been The Mandalorian. And when we all heard and realized that Boba Fett was going to be popping up, and then Mandalorian season 2 ends, and we got that little tease for, coming soon, the Book of Boba Fett. We're all like, are you kidding me? The way he went in there, cleaned house, sat on Jabba's throne with Fennec sitting there, Ming-Na Wen sitting there on the arm of the chair. I'm like, I want that poster. And that's exciting. Well, a couple of little things have come out here. One is relatively small, but one is actually deceptively really big. And that's this. They have just announced that the Book of Boba Fett has wrapped filming. It's done. They've shot it. It's ready to go. And I suppose that's not that big of news because we know it's coming out in a matter of months. So sure, it had to be wrapping up relatively soon if it wasn't wrapped already. And by the way, RM sends in a super chat badge in the live chat. Thank you, RM. So that's good. So Book of Boba Fett's wrapped. Can't wait to see it. Still excited about it. What's really interesting, though, is we never heard any confirmation from anybody at Disney that I'm aware of, Rob, unless I'm forgetting something. I don't believe we've ever heard any confirmation from anybody at Disney or Lucasfilm or, Kathleen Kennedy or Jon Favreau or anybody about whether Book of Boba Fett was going to be a limited series, a one-shot story, which I think a lot of us, including me, Rob, was kind of assuming. I was kind of assuming that the Book of Boba Fett was going to be a standalone story. But Ming-Na Wen got on social media to share some images about, some gifts they got for the crew. And on it, it says, look at this one in the bottom left, the Book of Boba Fett Season 1. Season 1. To the best of my knowledge, Rob, and again, I might be missing something here, but to the best of my knowledge, this is the first time I think that it's kind of been stated publicly, this is going to be an ongoing series. This is Season 1. Now, one of our viewers wrote in yesterday to point this out and said, do you think if the Book of Boba Fett is successful, does this mean they're going to be 2? Come on. We know it's going to be successful. Everybody's going to watch the Book of Boba Fett. The only thing we don't know right now is it going to be popular? Are a lot of people going to watch it? A lot of people are clearly going to watch it, but are a lot of people going to like it? We won't know that until we start seeing it. But it seems, Rob, that not only is the Book of Boba Fett done shooting, it seems like they got plans for season 2, and this is going to be an ongoing franchise for them, which is funny because they never mentioned this at that big Disney shareholders presentation they did when they mentioned Ahsoka, and they mentioned Rangers of the New Republic, and they mentioned the Acolyte, and they mentioned Rogue Squadron. They never talked about ongoing Boba Fett. So, Rob, let me ask you this. Number one, that tangibility, the tangibilization of things, the Book of Boba Fett is now wrapped shooting. How do you feel about that? But then also, does this really definitively to you mean that this is going to be an ongoing series and that we're going to get a season 2? What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's always exciting when we always talk about tangibility. My philosophy in life is never put anything on the IMDb or never talk about your project. I mean, you can talk about talk about it when it's first starting, but then don't say anything until it's wrapped, because then it's shot, it's in the can, and nobody can take it away from you. you got to finish it. And I love hearing when projects have wrapped. That's my favorite, maybe my favorite time, because you know that they're real. Now, the second part of that is, of course, I'm excited that the Book of Boba Fett is not just a one-off. I mean, I hope it's not a one-off. Maybe it still could be, but I can't look. It might have taken. It's the 41st anniversary. Well, May was the 41st anniversary of the release of The Empire Strikes Back. It is funny to me that we're finally getting a Boba Fett centered show 41 years after the character was introduced and became a fan favorite, which shows me that, John, anything is possible in the universe. Anything. And I love Boba Fett. I've loved Boba Fett since I was 13 years old, and I can't wait for this. So the more, the merrier. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm very excited.
I am excited too. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this news? Do you think it's good that they're going to be going on, probably looks like, for a season 2? Do you think maybe it would have been a better idea to keep it as a one-season, single-shot story? Whatever you guys are feeling, jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your Thoughts? Okay, guys.